Hi everyone, Keith Arkenberg Farms, and today we're going out in our field block over here and we are getting ready to plant potatoes. So forget everything you know about planting potatoes because we do it completely different here. Now this works great on your farm, your homestead as well, to get very large potato yields in small spaces. So we're going to walk you through it, go check it out, and then check up on the farm as well and see where we're at in this season. So let me show you. The very first thing about planting seed potatoes for a market garden is what you do not do in your traditional home gardening. Now, I've mentioned this many times. We're in Northeast Kansas, right about the center band of the country. And for some reason, everybody here thinks that we have to start planting our potatoes on St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if that's just because it's a date that sticks in their head, or it's been tradition for years. I really don't know, but it does not work to get your best yield because you're planting so early that when they come up, they get hit by the frost and burned off. Now this year, our temperatures have started to rise a little quicker than usual. Now we are gonna get a good hard freeze, 25 degrees tonight, which shouldn't be a problem because I'm gonna have these things covered over. So that's really not going to be any type of issue with this planting here. The other thing is, we are not looking for huge potatoes on everything. We're looking for total yield, as in volume, pounds that we get off the field. And we're looking for a B-size potato, which is about, I don't know, 3 inches around. Kind of think smaller than a tennis ball, smaller than a baseball, but not as small as a golf ball. We want to be bigger than that. That with potatoes has a lot to do with the spacing. And that's where we really change the technique, because the closer you space them, the more potatoes you get, just not as big. It's more of a function of you get the same amount of potatoes down a bed if you do it right, but if you want more potatoes, then you space them closer, you get smaller, more potatoes, but almost the same yield as it. So we're gonna take you through, walk you through what we did here on this bed prep real quick, but first we're gonna go over and show you where the rest of the farm's at real quick. I've been trying to keep everybody up to date with the farm progress this year and what you should be watching as you're going through your farm. Over at spinach, doing great. Next round spinach, doing great. Transplants in. We've got multiple successions of greens going down here. Carrots already in. Beets already in. Next succession of greens running down here. Onions planted out last week, which is the video you saw before. Now it's time for potatoes. For bed prep, this is very, very, very important on this. We use a 200 pound per acre application of nitrogen. That's what you see behind me here. Do our fertility drop, and then we do a light stirring with our little mini tractor with a small tiller on the back, so we're not really disturbing the soil that much. Go over to Grower's Blueprint. We got a pound per acre converter and a great little mini course just for that. Now with all the fertility in the soil, it's time to start planting. We use the Wonderbar toolbar attachment with a middle buster on it. And this is how we make the trench down the middle of the field, just like this. So now we have a nice furrow about 6 inches deep to start planting potatoes. You can very easily do this with a spading fork or a hoe. You just need a shallow channel in the soil to drop your potatoes in. Another quick hint on this, when you're actually dropping this down, make sure to make a mark on the adjustment right here. So there's a little white line there. That way we know how deep the potatoes are. So when we go to harvest them, we drop it to that same line there and we know we're going underneath the seed potato because all the potatoes are going to grow up above it. Now here is the main secret for doing this market garden style and getting the maximum number of potatoes out of this. Like I said, same yield, but maximum potatoes. We're actually looking at getting a potato about this size. this is our seed potato. This is our goal. In order to obtain that, if you actually put your seed potatoes at 1 foot or 18 inches, like everybody suggests in all the videos I've ever seen, and also through all the ag agencies, you end up with large potatoes, very large potatoes. That'd be like a small large potato. Now, for me, I try my best not to have to cut these because it's just another part of the process. Fortunately or unfortunately for me, is that I have to order in 50-pound bags of potatoes. So for a 90-foot bed, doing my really intense spacing uses about 40 pounds of potatoes. Now, if there's a way I could order in less, I would do it. But in order to do that, it costs the same amount as buying a full bag. So this is the best method I've come up with. So what we do is we literally just start placing them in the soil. And this is where the main trick comes in. Because instead of doing a 1 foot spacing, we're going to take these down to 6 inches or less. I know people give me flack all the time about planting these potatoes this way, and I don't think they quite understand. Now I could take a potato like this and cut it in half and have 2 seed potatoes out of it, but it's going to take me twice as long in this potato planting process. So what am I really gaining here? In my book, absolutely nothing. I've done the numbers on this before, and planting out these potatoes without having to cut them in half actually makes this a rather profitable endeavor. I mean, there's another one. Nice size, nice small, perfect. Why bother? So the whole planting process with my seed potatoes every year, it's about 2 hours. I'm going to come back. I'm going to hill them when they are about 6 inches tall with the disc that I'm going to close this bed up with anyways. And then I'm going to wait for them to grow another 6 inches or so to where hopefully that'll be the last pass I have to make. But when I do that second hilling up on top of them and covering the soil, I should get 2 sets. I should get a set of potatoes at the bottom and a set of potatoes at top if I do it right. That's the trick, is timing it out right. Then from there, you just wait until they start to die down or start harvesting them as new potatoes, and you get awesome yields at this. I mean, on average, through the years, I'm getting roughly 150 to about 200 pounds of finished product off of this at the end of the season, and that's off a 90-foot bed. So I turn basically 50 pounds into 200 pounds. So that's taking it up 5 times what I started with. And the whole harvest process, looking at about 8 hours. So all in all, I'm in it maybe 10 or 12 hours. Take that at market garden price, $3 a pound, getting roughly $800 to $900 a season for roughly 12 hours. So that puts me in the $75 to $80 an hour by growing potatoes. And that's what people can't grasp about this method. Yes, I'm putting down more seed potato, but the result is I'm getting more potatoes back because of the intensive spacing, and I'm getting the potatoes that people like. Now, behind me here is more of traditional, because with the russets, I want big potatoes, so I'm going to plant them at a traditional spacing, which is about 1 foot to 18 inches. Over here with my Corollas, these are going to be my nice little yellow potatoes that are going to be about that big when they're done, 6 inches. This gives me more potatoes, same amount of weight, but just plain more potatoes. It looks like you're buying more at the farmer's market when you're actually purchasing them. I'll turn you around and kind of show you the comparison. Here is more of your traditional planting method. These are russet potatoes, which, believe it or not, around here are very hard to get locally. You pretty much have to order them in because for some reason people do not like growing russets. And they're all on 1 foot spacing. These are my beautiful yellow potatoes. You can see how close they are in the row itself. I've actually done this before and doubled the amount of potatoes in here by actually staggering them, coming over about 3 inches on both sides and going back and forth zigzagging. But I found it to be harder to get them out of the ground with the middle buster at the end that I made these trenches with. So again, here is traditional planting This is market garden planting. Then there are two final steps, very important because I'm planting different kinds of potatoes down these beds. You have to put a marker out here. I have a bunch of these orange construction flags. I mark the variety on the neck right there. So those are Norcotas, planted in the field, and then we go ahead and cover this up. And this is what is really great about having this Wonderbar toolbar module system, is that this one bar is set up specifically for a system on my farm. This is specifically for planting potatoes and harvesting. You got the middle buster in the center. We quickly loosen one bolt on it, drop our middle buster. Then we come in with our discs that are set perfectly to hit the outside of this bar for our initial bearing process and our first hilling. Simply slide it over, get the other one, repeat the process, and then we'll go through, tighten the bolts down, and get these potatoes buried and ready to start growing. We can very easily cover these potatoes over with a rake just by moving the soil inwards onto itself and getting covered and ready to start growing. But we got tools, so. Then just like that, we've got perfectly buried in planted seed potatoes. Now again, like I said, do this with a rake, no problem. I have to be on a bigger scale. I have the tools, I have the equipment, so I prefer to use a little tractor because it makes life so much easier and makes this really profitable for our farm. So as you can see, you've got to have the right system in place, the right tools for that system, set up for that system, and then when it comes to actually going out and doing, you can just go with speed, not have to worry about it, not have to figure things out as you go, have a nice clean system. And again, that's where Growers Blueprint over at growersblueprint.com comes in, to where I teach the methods of actually making these systems on the farm. It's not crop specific, it's farm oriented to build out your farm in the most efficient way possible and then learn the techniques along the way. So as always, hope y'all like what you saw here today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep farming. Thank y'all. Have a good day.